What is up, guys? It's your boy, Still Sick Cactus. Your boy's going through it, okay? But today, we have a quick video showcasing a method you can use to farm the new loot from the Festival of the Lost 2025 event that has just gone live within Destiny 2 as fast and efficiently as possible. You're going to be swimming in Festival of the Lost loot. And so, let's get started. Now, this method is going to involve one of the two new activities added to Destiny 2 with Festival of the Lost 2025, specifically Red Rum Bull. So this is a play on the Rumble PvP game mode. It's a max of 6 players and it's free for all, so everyone versus everyone. However, there's going to be a big PvE boss enemy, the Headless One, that roams around the map. If you damage this enemy, as you can see, they're going to drop like special and heavy ammo, along with sometimes a like Reaper Scythe relic and moats. So these moats are incredibly important. Turns out that to win in Red Rum Bull, you can either get points by killing other players, just like normal Rumble, or by picking up these moats. Each moat counts as 1 point, aka 1 kill. So if you find the Headless One boss and DPS the crap out of this guy, they're gonna drop actually a ton of moats, and you can basically, if you pick them all up, you get the equivalent of like, 10 kills, maybe more. So that is kind of the basis of this method, because it turns out, for whatever reason, Red Rum Bull lets you matchmake with a fire team. So, as you can see right here, you can get a full 6-man fire team together, go into Red Rumble, and you're just in there with a squad of people who are not competing against each other, but rather everyone is working as a team. And here's what it lets you do. First of all, you need to designate one person as the points getter, the moats picker upper guy, right? Then, when the Headless One spawns, everyone goes together and DPSs the crap out of this boss. They're gonna spit out moats, and the designated points getter is going to try to pick up as many of those moats as possible. That's what you see me do in the background gameplay. It turns out the Headless Ones will drop so many moats, they're often going to drop over 15 moats. Like, I think I've gotten up to like 18 moats from one single Headless One kill. And so what that means is that with 2 Headless One kills, if one person is picking up all the moats, they're going to have enough points to get the 30 points maximum to instantly end the game. And so therefore, you're able to complete Red Rum Bull activities in like 2 minutes a run. Seriously, that is exactly what you're seeing in the background gameplay. Everyone gangs up on the Headless One, we DPS it, I pick up all the moats, the next Headless One spawns, DPS it, I pick up all the moats, and then often that's just enough to end the game. 2 minutes, in and out, tier 5 rewards. Now, you might be thinking, well, wait a minute, of course you are getting tier 5 rewards because you're getting all the points, like the game thinks you're getting the best performance of your life and giving you all these performance-based tier 5 rewards from a PvP game mode. What about the other people? Well, it turns out that even the people you're seeing here at the bottom of the scoreboard, we're also getting tier 5 loot. Now, the exact tier is obviously going to depend on your overall power level. But remember, guys, for all Festival of the Lost loot drops, they're dropping at +1 tier than normal, just like Solstice. So if you're in the 300s, you're normally getting tier 3 loot, you're going to be getting tier 4 Festival of the Lost loot. And if you're anywhere in the 400s and you're normally getting tier 4s, your festival loot is going to be tier 5, even with extremely minimal effort. And so what we ended up doing is that on the start of these Red Rumble games, everyone ensured that they just got, 1 to 3 kills. The exact number of kills you need will depend on your level. It's something you're just gonna have to play around with, but with everyone getting about, again, 1 to 3 kills, like 2 kills, 1 kill each, they were still, and they're in the low 400s, they were still having the game end. They're sitting there with 2 kills, and in 2 minutes, they would get tier 4 normal Crucible loot, but their Festival of the Lost loot would be tier 5. And obviously, that's what we're mainly going for, those tier 5 gun burns, etc. Now, if you also want to farm like Crucible loot, you can simply switch up who the moat grabber is, right? Like, just alternate who's grabbing all the moats, who's winning the game every match, so that you spread around all those tier 5s, because if you are the person who's grabbing all the moats, it's gonna give you like an A+, right? Because your performance is just crazy. However, there's something very important to keep in mind that could make this go even more efficiently, and that is, like, sometimes, guys, when you're going after the moats, they're going to be flying all around the map as you damage this guy, and you try to go over them, and there's a lot of explosions, and the boss is maybe still alive and damaging you, you might die, and you don't get all the moats you need. Maybe you only get 10 for the first one, and then you get the second boss kill, and you don't quite have 30. Remember, you can supplement those points by just killing everyone else, right? You're going in with a 6-man fire team. Everyone is on the same team. Simply kill all your other friends for the 1 points guide to get to that 30 points maximum as quickly as possible, and again, end the game as quickly as possible, right? With everyone else only requiring 1, 2, or 3 kills. Like, that is it. And so that means that if you have a very efficient first headless 1 kill and you get like 18 moats, you could maybe just start farming your teammates, right? And you could end the game before the second headless one even spawns. You could end the game like a minute and a half in, which is crazy, crazy fast. Tier 5 festival loot every minute and a half to 2 minutes. Like, that is what this method is going to do. And on top of that, remember, make sure you are wearing a mask, because if you are, you're going to get candy every time you complete these runs as well. So tier 5 loot and candy, around 150 to 200 candy every 2 minutes, maybe even a minute and a half. Yeah, it's pretty darn efficient. The only thing you do require is, again, a 6-man fire team, and honestly, even if you have less than that, you have a 3-man fire team, a 4-man fire team, you might even be able to convince the other people in your lobby to help you do this method, or at least, 4 people all together. If one person is picking up all the moats, you can still, by working as a team, end these Red Rumble games as quickly as possible and just get everyone their loot so fast. Guys, that is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus, that is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.